Hello and welcome. My name is Greatman Ayilara, and today on the Seeker's Moment, we are going to be talking about understanding witchcraft science today. And this does not stand as an invitation for you to join witchcraft or for you to begin to explore this subject in such a manner that put you in a boundary or the depth where you cannot bring yourself back or redeem yourself or even come to your senses. This broadcast today and cross examination, the way we always think about it, is to give you a pointer into something that maybe you are also a witch in your own right. Maybe there is nothing so bad about witchcraft, or maybe those who are called witches are being called witches because someone somewhere is scared of them. Maybe witchcraft is good. Maybe you can use it to your own benefit or your own knowledge. Maybe this is one of the bad press or branding or propaganda of the Western folks, just to make you lose out on the very many advantages of you becoming a full and quality human being. So today we will start on the note by asking ourselves, what is witchcraft? What is witchcraft to you? What do you understand when we say witchcraft? What comes to your mind? Remember, today you have the opportunity and also the privilege, or whatever it is, to call in or put in your comment. We'll be reading it. And how this is going to be very exciting and very educative today is for you to ask questions. Don't mind just putting your question. We'll be answering it along the line. It will also put us in the right direction, and we will spend enough time with ourselves. Now, today, what is witchcraft? Um, so far, so good. Witchcraft can be said to be the use of the metaphysical. The usage of the metaphysical means to connect with the spirits, with the deities, or with the ancestor. There different method, either the use of herbalism or some kind of element, or spoken words. Spoken words. Now, today we are going to be examining this particular concept in very many area. In very many area, we're going to be doing it on the periphery. I know a lot of you out there who are very inquisitive. See, today's video is not for you to start looking for power from the witches. And if you're already a witch, please keep it to yourself. Because witchcraft itself is not necessarily good and it is not necessarily bad. It is the stain of human nature and most of this power that turns them to be evil or good. But power exists in our world. So whatsoever power you need in this world is not coming from heaven above. It is located and found in this cosmic, in this universe. Now, the concept of witchcraft now has a lot to do with mankind tasking its divine self to do something that we can say it is absolutely out of the ordinary. Absolutely out of the ordinary. And because you do not have the same power or the same knowledge, you are quick to say this is evil. Are you with me? Because you lack the understanding of the knowledge, the very science that make them be able to add one plus one together. You say it is evil. I've done a teaching before. I call it the science of diabolism. You can do well to go search it and watch it. The science of diabolism. Now, whatever you do, look at me right now. Whatever you do today, first of all, unlearn all the concept of witches, wizardry, warlock that you have seen on the TV. Everything you have ever seen, either from Mount Zion movies of Mike Bameloge, either from the days of Merlin, either from this and not that, please remove it. If your concept of witchcraft stem from MFM concept and all of those fall down and die kind of concept, please today remove it. I beg you, remove it. Because when we talk about witchcraft, it goes and extend beyond all of these church play that is being given to you in the media. And the Western folks, the Hollywood, and also the ignorant Nollywood we have here in Nigeria, are perpetrating this evil so that you do not have the audacity or the interest in exerting the power that is lying in all of these things. They are intentionally making sure that you lose interest in the tendency to become as powerful as you can be. And witchcraft can be learned. It can be learned because it is in your subconscious. You only need to be aware of it. So we say that witchcraft is a means of using metaphysical way to consult, to communicate, to converse with either the spirits, the deities, or the ancestors for those who believe in it. Now, understanding witchcraft science, let me bring you back to a little bit backward, please. A little bit backward now. Say, when you do not possess the knowledge of a thing, everyone using the power seems corrupted to you. So in your room now, let's put 20 people in that room you are right now. And one of you understand how to stop the rain. Do you know they can stop the rain? In Africa, we can stop the rain from falling. Do you know that in dry season, we have the method of bringing down the rain in dry season? Do you know that? Do I have a witness watching with me here? That our people, both old, young, or whatever, who knows the science of these things, they can stop the rain when it's falling. And this has nothing to do with the will of God. Now, this is the disruption of the order of the universe. This is mankind becoming God over every element of this universe where he found himself. And those who understand this, who have experienced it before, will know what I'm saying. It is possible for you to be able to hold the rain and to also call down the rain. Now, this particular science, through a metaphysical means, has already been in existence in Africa here. So we want to do a party and we don't want the rain to fall or the rain is falling. They will go and call those who stop the rain stoppers. Rain stoppers, they are here. Now, what do the white people call those set of people? They call them witches, witch doctors. Why do they call them witch doctor? Because they are scared of the power they amass. They are scared of the ability they can do. They are scared of the fact that human being can disrupt the order of the universe, either to stop it to his own advantage or to the disadvantage of others. So I want you either to be able to know the usefulness of the herbs, how to make herbs give you fertility, how to use herbs to do this and that, or those who know the secret behind the word, the creative word. The creative word is otherwise known as incantation. Incantation, the creative word behind everything. That you pick one single thing, even if it is water, and you are able to use water for different things in a different aspect of life just by using the creative word for it. Now, the white folks call them witches. We also join the bandwagon to call them the wizards, the witch doctors, the native doctors, and all of those things. Are you with me? Now, what are we supposed to do when we have folks like that who can do all these miraculous amongst us? Are we supposed to nail them, to erase them, to castigate them, to stigmatize them, or we are supposed to learn? Now, these things are science. Now, I'm talking to you via the internet right now. I have a webcam, I have a laptop, I have the internet, and I'm speaking to you. right now. If I was doing this 200 years ago, do you know that it's either they call it a miracle or they call it witchcraft? Do you understand the concept of what we're saying now? Now, why? Because humankind decided to bring something out of nothing. Humankind chose to bring something out of nothing just by sitting down and thinking about it. It was able to add one plus one together, and the two that it got is visible. And so, if this is done in this way, it is called technology if it is coming from West. When these things are coming from the Western nation, it is called technology. Are you with me? But if I decided that I'm going to lean on the wall, I will disappear from this city to that city. It is called witchcraft because it is coming from Africa. Now, the science of disappearing from one place to the other is science. I call it knowledge. Either you make a laptop that we can talk. So I'm disappearing from where I am right now. I'm in your room. I'm on your phone. I'm on your TV. I'm on your laptops. I'm on your devices. You will call it technology. It was made out of nothing and became something. But if I choose to live where I am right now, via the wall or something, I put some incantations, some creative words together, and go to what you call it witchcraft because I'm a black man. It's coming from Africa. You believe it is evil when I do what you do in a more geometric way than the white people. Are you listening to me? Can you see what is going on here? If I decided to do what the white men do in a geometric ratio, in such a way that it is marvelous, you say it is witchcrafty. But if they do it in a way that it is still physical and easily accessible, you say it is technology. Whereas all of us are doing something out of nothing just by the reason of thinking about it. Just because we thought that when we say we want to get this done and we got it done. Are you getting the logic now? Are you getting the logic? Now, this concept of witchcraft now began to scare some set of people in the 15th century and all of that. And there was law passed, and people started killing all of these folks. I don't know if the computer is messing up again. Sorry, this is what I got right now. And this is managing. I know it is hanging and it is making broadcast very, very difficult, but sorry, we're not getting money from the platform and just trying to exert so much, putting so much of my resources into it. And this is what I'm managing right now. All right, so we go on. Talking about witchcraft now. If someone is seated here and that person says, I am that I am inspired by the Holy Spirit to get so and so thing done. Or the Holy Spirit is telling me something somewhere. Because the person called himself a Christian, you wouldn't see anything wrong in that. But if other people sit down because they do not call themselves Christians and they say, I can feel in my body, we should get this done. And we got that thing done, and something of a spectacular result came up out of it. You term them witches. Do not forget in our definition that using metaphysical means to maintain communication with the spirit, the deities, the ancestors is termed as witchcraft. A Christian will say, I want to talk to my Lord Jesus Christ. Of course, if this Jesus ever existed, by now you would know that he must have become an ancestor. Are you with me? If the Jesus ever existed, by now you will know that he must have become an ancestor. If you go via any means to consult this Jesus, who is also an ancestor, that's witchcraft. But the Bible says, suffer not a witch to live. And you should suffer not a witch to live. If in my mind I'm able to tap into the cosmic forces of nature, the elements, the universe, I understand astrology, movement of the stars, and all of those things. I understand them very well. I've studied time, I've studied season, and I can communicate effectively with the plants, with the trees, with animals, only because I have taken my time and invested it in quality time in meditation to a point whereby maintaining contact with the things that you can't becomes easy for me. You will quickly say, that's witchcraft. That's witchcraft. But if Jesus walked on water, it is not. It is not witchcraft. If he turns water to wine, it is not witchcraft. It is miracle. If you raise the dead body, it is not. It's not witchcraft. It is miracle. But do you know that in our African setting, what you call forensic science now is something that our ancestors were doing. In Yoruba, they call it that one roku, one roku. You must have read it also in your Bible. That King Saul went to the witch of Endor to bring the life of Samuel back to him. And they do it here in Africa. So if somebody died unjustly in a mysterious way, they really want to find out things. What they do is to call the body back, give the body some instrument and say, whoever is responsible for your death, go ahead and expose them. If you are reading that in your Bible, it is miracle. There's nothing wrong with it. Or if you see it in Africa, it is witchcraft. And so you put it under paganism. Under paganism. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. Why did the Bible tell you not to? I'm not saying there are no bad people in the world. But what I'm simply saying today is that power is neither good or bad. It is what mankind do with power that determines what power does. In order to control the mindset of people and put their divine resources in one spot, The bastardization of the witches became a great thing for the Abrahamic religion. But then those people called witches are simply those who have applied their mind, their intellect, their intelligence to native knowledge. Native knowledge. To be able to understudy and reason between the lines why things work this way, why things don't go that way, and how they can manipulate one, two, three to get the desired result they are looking for. And so, because human individually was manifesting their divine reality, yes, the church want to take over, religion want to take over. There's a need to stigmatize and rebrand them in a bad note, such that people now doubt their own divine ability. So when you begin to see vision without being a Christian, you think you are a witch. When you sleep in the night and your spirit moves around, your subconscious begin to touchlight the things that you have acquired so far in your consciousness. You think you are possessed. When you can say to the sun to stand still and the moon to do this for you, and it does it, you think you've been possessed and you have an evil power. Whereas when you are in, do you know that the concept of space traveling, possessing people, doing things in Islam? So when one of these in the Act of Apostles chapter 8, when one of these apostles disappear from one city to another, it is okay. It's not witchcrafting. But when you do that, it is going to be termed witchcraft. So this witchcraft, let us now come back and say, what is really witchcraft? Could witchcraft be something that everyone possess? And understanding the word wit means that you know your onions. Wit could also mean wisdom or wise. Those whose craft is embedded with so much wisdom. And that's why they call those people wise men. Wise men. And so if this is all about applying wisdom through several experiences, why do we term it as something bad? If this is simply gathering experiences to make things happen, because people have tested this over the time, it has become an hypothesis of life, and they can do and undo and redo with it to their own desire. Why do we brand it and say it is evil? There are many things that you feel the intuition of without anybody telling you sometimes. You think it's a guesswork, but it is inside of you. Only you need to develop it to become something that you can own, something you are proud of, something you become a master of. But because of the stigmatization of that word, you don't want people to see you as extraordinary. You don't want anybody to see you as something spectacular. So you are quick to disown yourself from yourself so people do not term you as. And all these start from mastering the power of mind, the power of your mind, the power of your mind. See, when your mind is focused on a thing, You provoke the nature around you to obey you. When your mind is focused on a thing, you provoke the nature around you to be subjected to your desire. And I must tell you that there is no specific creative incantation. There is no specific one that you must do when you do anything that has to do with metaphysical operation. As it comes from your mind, you're speaking. So this thing they call incantation or creative word are just stating the fact. When you know how to state the fact to the universe, it is only a fact that the sun comes out. It is only a fact that the sun comes out in the morning and the moon rules the night. Now, this is a fact. It is only a fact that when you put it will flow down to your feet. It is only a fact. So when I'm speaking to you and say Taba dami sórí aṣanwálẹ̀, kire gbogbo máa wá mi wá lónìí, èmi lágbájá ọmọ lágbájá, you say I'm doing incantation. In English, I say, whoever put water on the head should be ready that it's going to flow down to the feet. So, the son of so, let all the goodness of the world begin to flow towards me now. Someone will say, it's incantation. It is not incantation. So when you know how to state the fact, the universe listens to you. Now there's no way you can be a liar and be able to carry out all of these things. In seeking and exerting the divine power, you need to train yourself to mean what you say and say what you mean. We've spoken about the power that water garners, the mysticism and mysteries of water. We've spoken about the science of that. We've said a lot on this platform, and I think I've said too much even. Now, knowing that the power is in existence in our universe, what are you harnessing the power to do now, either for you or to someone else? Because truly, I'm taking it easy with you today, because truly there is ability of man to control another. Someone say, why is it that when they do something against someone, it affects them? Yes, it will affect them because we are all product of the element of the universe: water, fire, air, and earth. That's our component. And whoever knows how to garner all these components can do and undo. So in the ancient Australia, I sure do know that you are aware that the current Australians are not the Aboriginal of Australia. Okay. There's a way that if you hate someone, you want to get them killed, you can go to a witch. So this witch will require you to bring a doll or a figurine, ensuring that it comes out of your hard-earned money. Bring a figurine and a pin. I'm talking about Australia now. Now I'm not talking about Africa. So they tell you that, okay, you speak the name of the person you want to kill into the figurine of the doll. If it's a male, you carve it as a male. If it's a female, you carve it as a female. And you begin to pinch the dolly with that pin for 7 days. Whatever it is you want, just keep speaking it into the doll. And it so happened that at the end of 7 days, this person dies. It became a widespread practice in the old Australia. Then employees were killing their employers. People were scared of each other. So at a point, what they did was they outlawed something that was practiced by common man, civilian, became so powerful, so widespread that they had to outlaw it. That is the authenticity of man's mind and faith in something. You think it's nothing, but it's doing something with it. It's doing something with it. So all of these have to do with the power of the mind. Unfortunately, this is what they practice in churches. Today's mosque and today's churches, they practice all of these things now, today. And while trying to bastardize all these people that owns the ingenious concept of witchcraft, they rebranded it and they say we are the good ones. We have the story of someone like Joseph Ayobabalola on how he was doing his own crusade and truly people meet him there without transportation system. So what's happening? Well, these people say witches are bad. Suffer not a witch to live. You go to synagogue of all nation and they do you like this, they do you like this, and you are moving like this, you are moving like this. You know that witchcraft is in your midst. Now, are we saying that this is bad or this is good? No. We are saying how people make use of what is awesome for their own personal gain to the detriment of others is what we are against. And so there's an old woman there in your village who understands this power, but she's using it for bad purpose. But there is you in the city who understand this power and use it for a good purpose. So you will call yourself faith. You will call their own witchcraft. You simply believe in say a thing. You simply want a thing to get done so badly that you concentrate all your life energy on it and it gets done. So you call your own faith. You call their own witchcraft. Do you get what is happening now? So is everybody a witch? Are we not all witches? Is it a myth? It's not a myth. But here is what you want, a desire, a result you want so badly. And so you concentrate all your energy on it. You confess it. You feel like it. Your atmosphere is filled up with optimism that this will get done. And it got done. So you say you have faith. A woman in one remote village where there's no light and all that. And because the woman is angry at someone, she also concentrates her all energy uh, and component element of the universe on revenge. I don't want this thing to go well. And that thing did not go well. And you say that one is witchcraft. You guys are exciting and exercising the same power, but with your own individual nature, staining that power. So I said, power is not necessarily evil, power is not necessarily good. It is the individual statement that make it do what it does. And so someone look at you right now and wish you drop dead. And then you drop dead. Hey, you say that person is a witch. What have they done? They concentrate their thought, their mind, their emotion, and desire on you falling dead. And you fell, you died. And we are talking about the battle of forces. What is that man doing? It's simply a science. He has understood the science of concentration. He has understood the science of concentrating all his life forces and energy on getting the result he wanted. And just like a man who want to create a computer was existing even only in his mind before, and so he brought it to life. So also a man who wants someone else's dead. The death was existing in his mind before, and he brought it to life to physical realm. So thought of using the metaphysical means to consult, to bring to reality something that is nothing to become something. Just that you Africans use yours, this power, this genius in you, this power that lies in you for mostly evil sometimes, most times, let's say. And the only few moments you use it for something good, you say, God, come and take control. You did it. You did. And so what I told you about the Australia, it first happened that people were now being taught that, okay, when someone is using their power of the mind to kill you, use your power of the mind to stay alive. So it was the battle of forces. Me there and say, okay, how is it that someone will try to possess me and all of those things and it's going to happen? I'm saying that the fact that you don't have the knowledge of it put you at the detriment of falling for it. I mean, you can kill me because I'm a witch on my own. Now there's a belief in me that contradicts the belief of another person to me. Can I say that again? There is a belief in me that is already contradicting the belief system of another person to me. And so this is called aura, unseen energy, unseen forces. You do not see it, but they are at work. Because in the universe, nothing is at rest. Nothing stays in the state of rest. Everything is vibrating. Because the law of vibration precedes the law of attraction. Everything is always vibrating. Nothing is in a place of rest. Even while you are sleeping, you are still alive. Have you got it? Even in your dream, there is still activity for you. So nothing is staying at rest. Now, when I live in the conviction that nobody can just attack me in my dream, I do not know about the power of Jesus. That is a placebo. I don't know about the power of God. That is a placebo. I know about the power of my mind that says that if I don't permit you to kill me, you can't get me killed. And so, because that is what I have set in motion before I went to bed. Whatever you do, it is in my subconscious state to continue to run. To continue to run. And it runs in contradiction to your own negative thought towards me. That's why they tell you, have faith that the battle is gone. And you have faith the battle is gone and you don't see the battle again. What happened? Does that mean the battle has stopped? No. But because the battle cannot affect you. Why? Because you have built up a wall with your own power of witchcraft. With your own power of witchcraft. And so it has to do with the best force, let it win. However, when you constantly live in perpetual fear as a person, you have created a loophole for others' notion, so others' motive towards you to take hold in your life. When you live in the state of perpetual fear, you have simply given your door open to anyone's mentality towards you to come to reality. That's why the greatest enemy you will have to fight in your life is the enemy called fear. And there's no how you will be under religion and fear will not take hold on you. Ayokunde is asking, is there anything called strong man of family background militating against people's breakthrough as emphasized in our churches today? Those ones need money. Are you with me? Your pastors need money. And so they will coin English and get you scared. See, most of these things they tell you are also bringing in the feeling of fear in you. Now, imagine you hearing all that there is a strong man in your family background. Now, your focus has been shifted from you having the power to be strong enough to someone having the power to overpower you. Now, these are the ways they perpetually allow fear to cripple every divine power in you. And that's why you never go to church and not keep going again. You keep going because you are in the den of fear. So they have created a loophole for you such that whoever think evil towards you just have a good ground. Now we are talking about the battle of force. Also note that we also are reckoning that there is power in the universe. We are not disqualifying the power in the universe, but we are saying to know how to harness those power. Now, the power in the universe does not belong to God. The power in the universe does not belong to the devil. The power in the universe belongs to man to harness. Though we saying, I believe the act of witchcraft in those days were the scientists, doctors, and technologists of today. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I get what you're saying. I'm not really sure if I get what you're saying. But then it's all about branding, your mode of presentation, your medium of presentation. Do you know that you can infiltrate someone's dream? Do you know that you can infiltrate someone's dream? You can possess someone's body. Do you know? Those things are real. But should you go to that extreme? Who are you proving the point to? Now, if you know the power to do metaphysical things, simply focus the power on you to make your own life better. Why using it to oppress other people? Why disrupt other people's program in life just because you have the power to do so? That is corruption. Why? Because in the beginning it was not so. Koko Jabele Kaluku Shetie, everyone was doing what they had to do on their own. No stress. Just be quiet. If it works for you to make your life better, go ahead. If I need your help, I'll consult you. But it is against the order and the principle of the universe for you to use whatever power you have amassed to disrupt my own activity. To disrupt my own activities. In Nigeria today, most of these things that we bastardize and stigmatize against is being rebranded under another umbrella and reintroduced to people. So, what will it cost a pastor to tell you that I'm using remote control? And what is the sign? Olugbohun wà, àfọ̀ṣẹ wà. What is the science behind it? So the pastor will use it to his own advantage to control your mind, to control your money, to control your life. But he will tell you all glory be to God. And the God that he's serving is in one village. Now, the man who gave him that charm to control you, do you know that they can document it? They document it and give it to their children. It is a discovery. Man discovered it, man discover it and pass it down to his generation. That's what we call science. And neither the child is here in Nigeria or there in abroad, it will still work. The, the theory will still work. So why is it difficult for us to document these things? Use it for a good purpose. Because the white folks will document their own witchcraft, use it for a good purpose, make money out of it. But we use our own to enjoy each other, kill each other, to steal from each other. And I'm saying no witch can kill you without your permission. He said that you are surrendered with the spirit of fear in you, or you simply do not understand the power that you yourself amass or can wield as a person, as an individual. And all of these things start from you applying your mind to meticulous understanding of the universe and nature. Become a student of nature. Too much distraction can make you lose out on information that can help your life. Look at the world today. You are fed some distraction on the TV, some on the radio, in the internet, everywhere. How many of you can meditate for 5 minutes on a single thing without being distracted? I say if you can meditate on a single thing for the next 5 minutes without being distracted, you can harness the power that that thing carries. You can harness it, and it becomes yours forever. See, what they call revelation is not a divine or heavenly inspiration. Revelation is when you understand it and you apply your mind to it, meticulously meditate on it, and you don't need anyone to teach you. That's the most beautiful thing. You can also enjoy yourself with the power of witchcraft that you carry. Stay in a car. Think that the car will have accident. Let the energy possess you so much. You won't get home. And if you get home, maybe it's going to be eternal home for you. And that's why sometimes when you're traveling and it crosses your mind, this car might have accident. Immediately you exert your power and you try to shake it off. Christians do it. Traditionalists, they do it. So you shake it off. Why? Because you possess the power to say no or yes to things that is yet to come. But allow the power, allow that vivid image to possess you. Meditate on it, stay on it. Allow the energy to become so vivid that it creep into physicality. Tumble. Same thing you can use for another person. You can wish someone bad. If the person allow it, if the person, if the person already is moving with the spirit of fear, or the person is not even aware of the power they have, because you can project your thoughts on another person without saying a word. How do you know what is on people's mind? Some people are gifted like that. Some of you here, you meet someone for the first time and you can read through them. Some of you just need to look at people's eyeball. You know what is wrong with them. Some of you just need to shake people. It happens to me like that. When I shake you, oh, that's why I don't like to shake people. When I meet you, it's not pride. If I take a bow before you, I just don't want to intrude your privacy because I don't want to see you finish. Power. You just need to nurture it. These are the things they call witchcraft. But you possess it. If it works for your good, you don't see it as witchcraft. If it works negatively for them, they call it witchcraft. So someone say, I just don't have peace in this relationship. Something is troubling me. It's not something. That is the power of knowing the future coming to life. If you meditate on it long enough, it will come to you like a film, especially in your subconscious. You don't need Jesus to know better. You don't need God. You don't need Satan. You don't need to bow down to a tree before you know it is part of you. If animals can have instinct, how much a human being? What are you doing with your intuition? So sometimes someone just cross your mind. You don't see someone for a long time. You were not intentionally thinking about them. You just woke up, they cross your mind. And immediately they cross your mind, you see them in your inbox texting you. You see their phone call calling you. Does it happen to you? Sometimes you just feel like it's been a while I see this person. And suddenly the person knock your door. Take take these things serious. These are your wit. These are your wows. When you are able to now amass them, analyze them, harness them, and own them, you can reuse them anytime. All these things are present in children, little children, most times. But because we are distracted, we want them to be like us, so we shut them up easily. They tell us, I'm seeing something somewhere. You say, because you can see, because you are distracted. Now, distraction does not mean what you feed your eyes alone. I'm saying your subconscious, is it in line with your consciousness? Can you see what is around you? I'm not saying your wife, your furniture, your TV. Can you see what is around you? Can you look into the eyeball of an animal and get the message the animal is trying to pass across? Have you ever walked by a leaf before and you hear the leaf talking to you? You are not mad. This is not a frontal lobe having problem. This is you being aware. And that is what I call intelligence. Natural intelligence at work here. Natural intelligence at work. But when you do all these things in religious settings, they will kill you for it, stigmatize you for it. They will say you are possessed. No, you are not. You are powerful. The fact that they don't understand it will make them bastardize it in you. So what they say to you is that is the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. It is not the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. Even Babalawo, those people you call, you say they are going to hell, they also get that intuition. It is an awareness of the nature and the order around you. You just know when something is going on. You just know when something is going to happen. You are conscious enough. You are intelligent to nature enough. And let me tell you something. The sun, the moon, the stars, the leaves, the water, everything exists to serve you. You are the God over all of these things. But how many of them are you in contact and relation with? How many of them are you in constant relation with? These are the power that human beings had when they were reckoned with as gods. Before your Bible and your Quran told you that you must not suffer a witch to live. So whoever is supernatural, whoever is divine in nature, kill them all. Kill them all. Now we do not say human being cannot corrupt power, but are we saying that power in itself is corrupted? Oh, If you can't amass the power or harness the power, it still does not deny the fact that the power is in existence. It is now left to you to now be more conscious of yourself, pay more attention to you and the nature around you, and you realize that nothing will pass you by. So someone say, I will show you great and mighty things that is yet to come. You think that is God? No. You have the power to decide the end from beginning if you pay enough attention. And that's why they say you are witch. Ability to manipulate things to your own favor, to your own goodness. I started teaching people on recently on uh, herbalism, how to make use of herbalism, even when you have no spiritual background at all. And they always giving testimony that it's working. It is a do it yourself. I'm not going to give you any powder. I'm not even going to help you to procure any material. I'm just going to prescribe to you what you are supposed to take. Take this, take this, take this. Now, what do you want? Speak to it. Get it done. That's all. Do it yourself. Reawakening human being to go back to basis, the days when they were God absolutely over their own life. Now, if you can use this power on yourself, you can use it on someone else also. Tomba no get it if they are slack. Or can we go back to basis where we can really document all of these things and stop getting scared of our own self? Stop getting scared of your own divine reality. This is you're not a bad person for seeing through someone. You are not a bad person for being able to see vision. You're a bad person. You are not a bad person for seeing the end in the beginning. You are not a bad person for saying this is what you want in your life. You focus on it, you get it done, and it is done. You are only bad when you know the power. You can handle the power, but you use it for negative stuff. So power in itself is not bad. How you use the power is what determines if or the power is good or the power is good. We've been talking so far on the understanding, understanding, understanding. So it is now left to you. Absolutely left to you. What do you want to do with the information you've got today? What will you do with it? So a pastor will come to you and tell you your account balance. He will come to you and tell you, not those ones that use psychology. It will come to you and tell you what is on your mind. So to him, is good because he's doing his own in church. He will go to the people in the hut and they will tell you the same thing. To you, it is bad because of the way they dress. You still consult mediums, either as a pastor or as an herbalist. So you will go to someone and say you want to. They will say, speak to these cowries, put it down. They tell you what is wrong with you. That one is witchcraft. Or you go abroad, they tell you to pick a card. There's a globe in front of the woman. She looks around, they tell you the same thing. They say, yeah, this one is science. This one is science. This one is science. I remember when I was leaving university, my project was to create an artificial intelligence, a computer program that diagnose fevers, all kind of fevers, all kind of fevers. So all you need to do is just to log into the system, type in your symptoms to the minutest detail, and the system will diagnose you and tell you this is what your problem is. This is the drug, and give you recommendation. If you take this prescription For 3 days, you don't get well. And we even did it in such a way that it can send you text message to check on you in the morning if you have taken your drug, afternoon, night. I finished school in Olabisi Onabanjo University. I did computer science there. What did you do? We only use computer programming to put in data. And we say, okay, if this person is complaining of this headache, persistent headache in this way, we went to see the doctors. We gather information from them. They gave us different diagnoses. We put it in the computer. So when you come and you say, I have a headache, I'm sneezing, I'm doing this, and it gives you this prescription, tell you this is the fever that is wrong with you. And somebody will sit and say, I the computer is out, I the computer is out. No. It is knowledge. It is called science. It is called science. So also, if all of those things they do in Africa here that you term as bad or evil, if they were documenting it and someone can easily just access it, you get the result. You get the same result. So I say people that have willpower must always be positive in their minds. Yeah. So it is an advice. It is an advice that if you possess all of this power, everyone can possess this power. But if you are taking time and dedicated your lifetime to understand this kind of thing, knowing the end from the beginning, being able to exert and say, okay, I will not go this way, judging from experiences, using your intuition, listening to the nature, you must always, always endeavor that you do not use that power negatively. As beautiful and peaceful as water is, you can use it to finish someone's life. I'm not talking about someone who is drowning. I'm not saying drowning in water. You can hold water in your hands right now, put in some creative words to it, pour it on the floor, instigate the earth against the person, and it will happen. As free as air is, air that will be positive. Wọ́n ní afẹ́fẹ́ yìí fẹ́ kó má kan di oko lára. Afẹ́fẹ́ yìí fẹ́ kó má kan di oko. There is no way there will be breeze and the leaves of the bush or the forest will not say ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ sínú afẹ́fẹ́ yìí ó dàṣẹ ó dìmọ̀lẹ̀. You want goodness for yourself. You say everywhere there is breeze, there is air, to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west. All the breeze in the world come together. This is what I want from you. You want to instigate it against someone, you just say, keep it by, so by, what? As long as the person is breathing in here or the air is coming around the person, the word I speak into this air and it touches so and so. Just, I'm not going to teach you bad things. You didn't hear that from me. These are knowledge. These are Kemetic knowledge. These are ancient knowledge. They call it witchcraft because they are scared of it. Have we dealt with the power of confession? You bother to learn about what you can do with this water, this air, this earth, and all that. They say it's witchcraft. I think I'm overspending my time. They say it's witchcraft because they do not understand it. And it is not their fault. Every one of us are witches and wizards. Only you need to know. What do they even call wizard? Wizard, is it not someone that knows something? They say you are a computer wizard, you are a computer this thing, you are aircraft wizard, you are this. They say you know the nitty-gritty of it. You understand it. You're perfect. You can maneuver it. So you suddenly start having goosebumps. What is wrong with you? African folks, what is wrong with you? Someone is asking a question here. So can the knowledge of witchcraft be used to fortify oneself against negative usage of witchcraft? Like I said it is a power of force. May the best force win. May the best force win. Now, when you say the knowledge of witchcraft, witchcraft is not a cult. Are we together? Witchcraft itself is not it's not something that some set of people are initiated into. Don't think about Nollywood today. All those things you watch from Mount Zion, don't think about them today. They are gathering under the plantain tree. They are putting their leg on the wall and disappearing. Don't think about that today. We are talking about your divine reality here being put to play, either for evil or for good. That's what they call faith. Faith, that's what they call it. That's what they call it. So I was teaching some of my students on how to divine their ori, and I think Ayokunle was also part of the class. You were part of the class, right? Give us a nudge if you were part of the class. I think I sent you an email. So we did another class on the mysticism of water and all that. I said, majority of the things that you go through in life, only you need to know how to use the creative words. They call it incantation, creative words. Nǹkan báyìí lẹ́ni yìí rò sí ẹ o, nǹkan báyìí ní ìwọ rò síra ẹ o, ó dáa pé bí máa jẹ́ tó níbi, kíre máa jẹ́ tiẹ̀, àpèmọ́ra ńlá àpè tèmi. Okay, someone is trying to. You were not there. All right. I think maybe you were in another class. You were there now. You were in that class. How to divine your ori. You were in that class. First one. So, it's not your own or your Kunle, I don't know. I know there's a Kunle I'm always chatting with on WhatsApp. This is what you want. That's what they want for you. But this is what you want for yourself. Endeavor to say it to yourself every day. This is not prophecy. This is you stating the fact. I, so person, the son or the daughter of so person, I have woken up today. As the sun wake up each morning without somebody stopping it, today nobody will be able to stop me. That you are stating the fact. Someone who is hearing you will think you are doing incantation. Hi, I go to so place today. There is nowhere water stays that it doesn't gain ground. I will gain ground in this also place today. Simple. You are saying the actual fact. You are saying the actual fact. Let's say some people are now in that place who are saying, yeah, you will not make it where you have stated your own. Let the best one win. When fire touches a dry grass, it consumes it to the length and breadth of it. Anything I touch today, I take possession of it. It is an actual fact. They will not teach you these things. Church will not allow you to know all these things. It sees the depth of it. Everywhere there is problem, I want to see it clearly as I go to bed. It is an actual fact. That's why when you are dealing with your divine reality, you must understand the factual statement that governs this universe. That's why they go to learn it. That's why they go to learn it. This is what they were learning in university then, back then in Egypt, the Kemet nation there. These days, Sudan, the Songhai, which the Gold Coast. So what they teach you in schools there is to teach you how to master the universe, the principle that governs this place. But how much do you know now? You know David, you know Whiskey, you know Cardi B, you know someone is trendy, you know someone who is this, you know this. You don't know yourself. You don't know who you are. All of these things, when you begin to practice it, you see that you don't need any blood of Jesus to function in this world. Because what you are simply stating the actual fact to the universe. It cannot deny you the fact you have stated to it. It can't deny you the fact you are stated to it because it's meant to serve you. You are meant to master it. I think we should stop here for today. We apologize if you have been having a lot of hiccups listening to us or anywhere you're listening to us from today. I know the system is crazy and I need money to get the system fixed. Possibly buy a new one that will be compliant to what we're doing. Looking to spare, please just reach out and let's get these things done. There are more information we can reel out there for people to learn and understand most of these things. I don't mind. These are things that I think people will be gathering together to talk about. As an African that emancipated from Abrahamic religion, or you go to financial breakthrough, 50 ways to kill the powers of your father's house, how to disorganize the marine power. How does that help you? How have you been helped with that so far? They sell you placebo, you pay for it and over again. They can easily just sell you solution and let you go once and for all. For Africans coming together to learn most of these things and be able to be more powerful now these days. And these are the things that the white folks met here. They are scared of it. They saw a nation, vast number of people who are gods, and they got scared. Until today, they are still doing all they can to subjugate you, to suppress you. If they use force, at a point, you will grow out of the force. So they began to use religion. Is to captivate your mind, making you think that all power belongs to Jesus, whereas you have all the power within you. You have all the power within you. Thank you very much for joining us today. And please, if you are a newcomer on this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel. You got information you want to talk about, you can easily just reach us on this WhatsApp that is scrolling below. Of that discussion, we can continue after that. And you can do well to always join us on this platform every Tuesdays, every Thursdays, and every Sundays, 8 p.m. West African time, 8 p.m. West African time. And we try our best as much as possible to bring about programming that helps you become quality human. There's no need for you to be a human being and leave the world as a wanderer. You can do great things. You can do wonderful things. You can be perpetually and enormously happy and also infinitely powerful if only you apply your mind to knowledge. And please, please, and please, this is the surface of it. And I'm not saying go and find out how to be a witch. So you don't find and begin to make a vow and covenant that you alone cannot come out of, that you will put your children in perpetual bondage of. I'm not sending you to join a cult. I'm not sending you to go and look for power outside of you. Anyone introducing a power outside of you to you, refute them vehemently. This is not a cult. This is not a cult. And I'm not saying join any of the cult around. Find information, let your intuition guide you. When you get to a place whereby you know this is too much, step backward. Listen to people, cross-examine it, pick the one you need, and please leave on time when the ovation of common sense is still high. If you allow yourself to drop from frying pan to fire, it is all in you. I didn't teach you that. My recordings and teaching is specifically targeted towards the people of the age of the Aquarius, the people of the future generation, to know that I did my own best. And I also like to learn from you. Thank you very much, and bye for now.